Ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there in the first place? Have you ever found yourself or a loved one struggling with memory or simple daily tasks and wondered if it's just aging or something more? We all have those moments, but what if there are subtle signs indicating something more serious like dementia? Understanding these early signs can be crucial in managing and slowing down the progression of this condition. Early detection of dementia can make a world of difference, not only in managing the condition, but also in maintaining a good quality of life. Today, we're diving deep into the top 10 early signs of dementia that few people know about. So stick around, especially because the last sign we'll discuss might just be the most crucial one you need to know. So let's get started. Number 1. Memory loss that disrupts daily life. Let's start with the big one, memory loss. We all forget things from time to time, right? Like where we put our keys or what we had for lunch yesterday. But when memory loss starts to disrupt daily life, it's a different story. Imagine forgetting important dates, asking the same questions over and over, or relying heavily on memory aids. These could be early signs of dementia. It's not just about being forgetful. It's about forgetting things that really matter in your daily life. For instance, a research study from the Alzheimer's Association highlighted how individuals with early dementia often forget recently learned information or important dates and events. Imagine you had a conversation with your friend about an upcoming party, and a few days later, you completely blank out about it. It's not that you weren't paying attention. Your brain just didn't store that piece of information properly. This kind of memory loss can be easily mistaken for mere absent-mindedness, making it one of the trickiest signs to spot early on. Number 2. Challenges in planning or solving problems. Ever had one of those days where you just can't seem to concentrate on anything? Well, this can be an early sign of dementia too, but on a much bigger scale. People might struggle with tasks that require concentration, like following a recipe or keeping track of bills. They might find it hard to plan or solve problems that used to be easy for them. It's like their brain is working in slow motion, and it's incredibly frustrating for them. Experts from the Mayo Clinic emphasize that this difficulty isn't merely about occasional mistakes. It's a consistent struggle with tasks that were once familiar and easy. Number 3. Difficulty completing familiar tasks. Now, this one is a bit tricky. Imagine not being able to do things that you've done 1,000 times before, like driving to a familiar place or managing your finances. It's not just about forgetting how to do these tasks. It's about losing the steps involved. This can be really scary and confusing for the person experiencing it. They might start avoiding these tasks altogether because they're afraid of making mistakes. Number 4. Confusion with time or place. Ever had that moment when you wake up and can't remember what day it is? Well, for someone with early dementia, this confusion can happen more frequently and last longer. They might lose track of dates, seasons, or even the passage of time. Sometimes, they might forget where they are or how they got there, even if they're in a familiar place. It's like their internal GPS is malfunctioning. Number 5. Trouble understanding visual and spatial relationships. This one is a bit more subtle but just as important. People with dementia might start having trouble with visual and spatial relationships. Tasks that require visual spatial abilities, such as parking a car, reading a map, or even recognizing familiar faces, can become problematic. For example, someone might misjudge steps or curves, leading to trips and falls. This means they might struggle with judging distances or understanding what they're seeing. Reading might become difficult, or they might have trouble recognizing faces or objects. Driving can become dangerous because of these changes in perception. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 6. New problems with words in speaking or writing. Have you ever had a word on the tip of your tongue, but just couldn't grab it? Imagine that happening all the time. People with early dementia might have new problems with words in speaking or writing. They might struggle to follow or join a conversation, lose their train of thought, or repeat themselves. Writing becomes tricky too, with spelling and grammar errors popping up more often. Number 7. Misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. We've all had those moments, misplacing our keys or forgetting where we left our phone. But for someone living with dementia, this isn't just an occasional mishap. It's a frequent and troubling part of their daily life. Imagine the remote control ending up in the refrigerator or finding car keys hidden in the cookie jar. These aren't just quirky occurrences. They can become a significant source of stress and confusion. What makes this symptom particularly challenging is the loss of the ability to retrace steps to find the misplaced items. For someone with dementia, the cognitive processes involved in backtracking their actions are impaired. This means they can't easily recall where they last had the object or the logical steps they took that led to misplacing it. As a result, the simplest of tasks, like finding their wallet or phone, can become an almost impossible challenge. This frequent misplacement of items often leads to a cascade of emotional responses. Frustration is a common reaction as the individual repeatedly struggles with the inability to locate their belongings. Over time, this frustration can escalate to paranoia. The person might start to believe that others are intentionally hiding their possessions or even stealing them. This can strain relationships with family members and caregivers, who may be wrongly accused of theft or deceit. Number 8. Decreased or poor judgment. You know those moments when you look back and think, "What was I thinking?" Well, poor judgment can be an early sign of dementia. This might show up in various ways, like making poor financial decisions, neglecting personal hygiene, or falling for scams. It's not just about making bad choices. It's about consistently making decisions that are out of character and potentially harmful. Number 9. Withdrawal from work or social activities. We all need a break from time to time, but someone with early dementia might start withdrawing from work or social activities they once loved. This could be due to difficulty in keeping up with conversations, remembering details, or just feeling overwhelmed. They might become more passive, retreat into their own world, and lose interest in their hobbies. It's like a light slowly dimming in their vibrant social life. Number 10. Changes in mood and personality. Last but not least, let's talk about mood and personality changes. It's natural for everyone to have mood swings now and then, but with dementia, these changes can be more pronounced and unexplained. Someone might become easily upset, anxious, or depressed. They might show signs of apathy or even become suspicious of others. These changes can be hard on both the person experiencing them and their loved ones. So, there you have it, the top 10 early signs of dementia that few people know about. Recognizing the early signs of dementia is crucial for timely intervention and better management of the condition. From memory loss that disrupts daily life to changes in mood and personality, these signs can be subtle yet significant. It's crucial to stay vigilant and seek medical advice if you notice any of these signs in yourself or a loved one. Early detection can make a world of difference in managing dementia and improving quality of life. Please share this vital information with others. The more we know, the better we can support those affected by dementia. If you have any questions or want to share your own experiences, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.